Hi, Paul from Contemporary Synth here. In these tutorials, we explore the technical and artistic capabilities of the Roland Fantom and Fantom O workstation. This video is part one of a four-part series on electronic dance music, EDM. In part one here, I'm going to switch to pattern mode, build some percussion, and then create an internal effects bus and control it with the S1 button. In video two, I'm going to set up the keyboard for some sweeps, uprisers, synth pads, ARPs, and instrumental voice. In video three, I'll record a vocal audio sample and also create a bus to connect that to an external effect. And then in video four, I'll put it all together and play a song. I'm going to go kind of fast, so if you get stuck or if there's something you want to know more about, I'm happy to meet you offline. If that interests you, check out contemporarysynth.com and there's information there on how to get a hold of me and set that up. I'm looking at an initial scene here, and the first thing I'm going to do is put my pads in pattern mode, and that's going to allow me to have all the same controls over here that I have on the screen. It's just I can control this live while I'm looking at something else, and these are bigger buttons than that tiny screen. What goes in track one is going to be my percussion. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to select an existing rhythm pattern. I'm going to go with Techno 3. You can put anything here that you want, of course, and that sounds like this. Now, you're not actually hearing the pattern. What you're hearing is zone 10. Let's change that to zone 1. So this is what it sounds like with the drums, but the exact same pattern in zone 1 sounds like that, which is kind of what I was saying. I need to make this drums to make the pattern sound correct. Let's pick a drum sound. You got to go to zone view for that. Now, this brings up a question I've gotten a couple times. I'm going to go with this Techno kit. That's tone 36, but tone 37 has a W on it. You can see it more clearly here. 36 and 37. And if you look, the only difference besides that W is this MFX that comes on. And if I go look at what that is, menu effects, you will see that that is a SDD 320, which is a Roland Dimension D rack mounted chorus box. They've added that to this sound, and what that allows you to do is get the chorus sound on your kit without creating a custom tone. Because if I went to this kit, as soon as I hit MFX, that yellow star comes on, and that means I need to save it as a user tone or it's not going to come back up when I recall the scene. I do not need that right now, so I'll just go with the plain kit. I'm going to go to pattern, so I have my drum pattern selected. It's going to, now it should sound right. I'm going to go record, yep, let's record 4 measures of that. I turn on the rhythm sync so it plays the pattern and go. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. You notice it's over here. 4, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I'm going to put another pattern here with the same rhythm. This time I'm going to use the fill 2 sound. Let's do that. 4 measures out. I need the sync again and go. See, it's over here. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Stop. So what I can do now is if I'm playing a song, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how I'm going to use to start and stop all these different things. For pattern 2, I'm going to select the same drum kit. This time, just for fun, I'll pick it with the chorus. The chorus you can't really hear, in my opinion. What I'm going to do this time, this has been kind of quarter notes, or maybe eighth notes. I want to do a 16 note beat here. So let's record 4 measures of that. I do not need the rhythm start, but I am going to need a count in and the click, and I'll turn the grid on here because that's going to be important to keep that lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be fun to switch on and off as my song progresses. 2, 3, 4, stop. Track 3 is going to be a bass. Now I've picked a synth bass, and I've picked on page 20, number 695. It takes a long time to find the one you want, and auditioning tones is a big part of the music creation process. With bass, it's hard because you want it to be deep enough to thump, but it has to be tight enough to actually have a melody without sounding rubbery. So I picked this one. All right, and let's record that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, next next is a synth tone. This is the last one I'm going to do. Here I just wanted to have a little riff that you can play, and this is the thing that hopefully gets stuck in your head. I just went with this juicy lead. Tried a few of them. This one's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good enough. Now, the last thing I want to do in this video is set up that internal effects bus, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I go to effects and I'm looking at zone 4, which is my synth, the output of that tone goes to the main outs right now. But if I go over and set the main, I can either tap it or press enter to IFX 1, now it goes down to this effects bus. And it's called a bus because all the different zones can go get on the bus and all the people on that zone go to the same destination. It's set up right now to go from IFX 1 to IFX 2. I'm going to change that so that it only goes to IFX 1. That means you could put other zones on IFX 2 and put a different effect there if you wanted to do that with your song. You can see in the tiny type that both IFX 1 and IFX 2 are through, and that's a good way to reference it, but you can't change it there. I'm going to change IFX 1 to this super filter, and I'm going to cut this cutoff way down. Now that also makes it quieter, so I'm going to make it a little bit louder. So here's what... And that'll give it that kind of radio sound that I want. And I want to put the 16 beat on there also. Instead of going to zone 2 and doing that, which would probably be the easiest way, I want to show you another little trick. If you hold down shift and press this FX over here, it shows you all the zone out assignments. Now the shift button has a lot of interesting functionality, so if you're ever feeling adventurous, hold down shift and press some of your other keys and see the menus that those bring up. Here you can see zone 4 is set to IFX 1. I'm going to set zone 2 to IFX 1 also. So if these guys are playing, and I go back to the effects edit, I can turn it off. Now that's not very convenient to do that from that menu. I want to do it from this button, the S1 button. So if I hold down shift and press S1, it takes me to the menu where that can be changed. Now, TFX, MFX, and IFX are all in here. I'm going to go with IFX 1. There's IFX 2 right next to it, so it would not be hard to set this and do the exact same thing with the second effect. So now, with that playing, let's have these guys play. Now you can hear the difference. That's pretty good. What I forgot to do, hold down shift and press S1 again, you need to change this mode to latch, or it only works when the button is down. All right, that's it for this video. I have set up the 4 tracks that I want to cycle through. I'm using the pads in the pattern mode to do that, and I've put channel 2 and 4 on the internal effects bus, and I'm controlling that with the S1 button. That's it for now. Tune into video 2, where I set up the sweeps, risers, synth pads, ARPs, and instrumental sound. I'll see you there.